Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Icarus video. Today we're going to be checking out the new Styx map that is currently in beta. So first things first, let me actually show you guys how to get the beta if it's something you want to try out. We don't know how long this will work for, but for the moment it does. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your Steam page in your library and find Icarus. Once you do that, right click on it, go down to properties, and then you're going to go over to betas on the next window that opens up. After you get to betas, you're going to see a drop-down menu. We're going to get back to that in just a second, but first you're going to want to come down to the Enter Beta Access Code to unlock Private Beta section. In that little section, you're going to type in Sticks and Stones as one word. Once you do that, go ahead and click Check Code, and it should say Success Beta Unlocked. If it doesn't, the beta might already be over, so you just might not be able to get into it anymore. After you've done that, you're going to go to the drop-down menu, and you're going to go to the Styx Public Beta little branch right here. We don't want experimental pre-deployment testing. We want Styx Beta. This is just to make sure it's really clear for you guys. After that, you should select it, and it should go ahead and start updating your game so that you can play the beta. With that being said, let's actually talk about the beta itself. So the first thing I want to talk about is what is the Styx Beta actually adding to the game? Well, the Styx Beta is going to be adding the new map to Icarus, Styx. Styx is just another map, just like the original map, same biome, same everything, except this time around it's just a different layout and we get some new creatures. The first ones I personally encountered were going to be the Crocodile, the Komodo dragon, and the Jaguar. The Jaguar kind of acts like a wolf with just more HP, and it hits a little bit harder. Otherwise, there's really not a lot to talk about. It's the same thing as a wolf. It moves about the same speed as a wolf. It hits a little bit harder than a wolf and has a little bit more health. They are what they are. I wish they were more interesting, but it's just a reskinned wolf that looks pretty and hits a little harder. After that, you have the Komodo dragon, and the little Komodo dragon kind of acts like a bunny or a deer, except it doesn't run. It doesn't really attack you. It doesn't have a ton of HP either. They're really just there as a way for you to get some free, easy resources. Again, I wish they did something a little more interesting with them, but hey, it's in the game. Then last was the Crocodile. The Crocodile basically has the HP of a bear, but moves incredibly slow to the point where even though you're playing on a level 1 character when you first get into the beta branch, because it just gives you a brand new character to play on this beta branch since it's not the same backend, it was still super easy to take down. The thing's attacks are so slow that if you're just walking backwards at normal pace, even if it manages to get in melee attack range, it's going to miss. And then on top of that, it just kind of has a giant head hitbox, so it's hard to not crit the thing when you're just walking backwards away from it if you're using a bow or spear or any really weapon whatsoever. I will say though that once they're in the water, they are a little bit more annoying to deal with because they will get right on top of you, but otherwise these are just bears that move super slow and are pretty easy to hit. They really didn't pose any threat. I would like to see them way more deadly in the water, and I could imagine them being deadly if there were several of them. But again, as someone who's played Icarus for well over 200 hours, it just felt way too easy to deal with crocodiles. I would like to see them be increased in difficulty, make them move faster, make them hit harder, make them do something unique maybe, other than just have a cool swim animation, because it swims just slightly faster than a wolf does. Otherwise, it's still cool to have all these new creatures in the game. I just wish that they would understand that putting a reskin of a creature that's already in the game into the game isn't really that cool. Hopefully, maybe they'll do something like they did with cave worms or with scorpions, where they have different variations of them and the different variations act a little differently. I don't know what they're going to do, but at this point, I would just like to see it improved. With that being said, I will say that this entire map and all the creatures in it are extremely subject to change. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens. At this point in time, the Styx map also doesn't seem like it's really intended for players who haven't really played the actual base game on the base map. So I think this is more so going to be like, hey, you can start up over here if you have already experienced the game and you kind of know what you're doing. So again, we'll see what happens. I think it's a cool idea. I'm glad they're adding it. More content's always good, but I just wish they would make the creatures more interesting. I will quickly say, I believe the plan is right now to launch this with 10 missions, and there's only 2 available on the beta. I don't know when this is going to come out. My guess would be sometime in the next month or 2, but we'll just have to wait and see. Once again, all of this is subject to change. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.